tutorial video to show you. This one's pretty easy, a lot simpler than the Mario and Luigi hats. I thought I would show you how those turned out really quick. They ended up being pretty fun. We'll have those for the party for the guests. But I do have a couple of girls coming to the party, so I wanted to make a couple of Princess Peach crowns. These did not turn out exactly how I was originally going to make them. I made some changes along the way, so I thought I would walk you through what we ended up doing. So I bought these larger sheets of 18-inch foam and was originally going to make crowns that wrapped around and just kind of sat fully on their head like a princess crown would. However, I realized after looking at a bunch of Princess Peach pictures, her crown is a lot smaller and it sits directly on top of her head, but then you have to have a way to secure it, which is where the headbands came in because I wanted it to be adjustable. So I guess I should say, traced this template I found on the internet and I ended up modifying it a little bit. I took and traced this. I left a little tab. Like I said, originally I was thinking I'd make a big strip to wrap around and kind of modify it as I went. So I traced this template and I wanted it a little bit taller than what the template was. So I added a little extra space and then I just kind of overlapped my triangles and went the whole length. In the end, this leaves 6 triangles, and what I really needed was actually 5. So I traced and I got three strips out of one 12 by 18 inch foam page. So then I cut them all out, and this is what I ended up with. In the end, what I actually need, however, is only 5 points. I decided that was the best shape for the crown. That gives us a space that shows not only the front point, but I also wanted a little bit of these jewels on the side showing. When it was a 4-point crown, which was a little bit smaller and probably a little bit more like Princess Peach, I felt like you didn't see these other jewels and I wanted to have a little more sparkle. So we went with 5. You could do 4 or 5, and either way, it doesn't really matter. So that's kind of up to you. So we traced our template onto our foam, cut it out, 5 points, and then leave a little bit of an extra tab at one end. That just allows you to wrap it around and then give you a spot to glue at the very side over here. So just do that, trace, cut, and then glue. This is really not video worthy, but I figure since I had a video for the other ones, why not have one for Princess Peach as well? So glue this lovely little foam crown together. And then that's really the hardest part. I bought some sparkly foam to use for the jewels. You could also buy adhesive little foam, or just, the pretend little gems at any craft store, dollar store, whatever, and just glue them on. But since I was buying foam for all of these things, I just bought the glittery foam and turned them into our jewels. They do not go through a paper punch, the foam, so I just traced something that I had around my house. Mine just happened to be the bottom of a little bottle that I had. So I traced that on the back of my foam and then cut all my jewels out. You'll need 5 if you have a 5-point crown. Choose what color. Princess Peach's front center color happens to be red, so that is what I put on the front. So just glue each of your jewels onto the crown and then place your crown onto the headband. I decided that about 4.5 inches up from the ear, I measured and made a little mark, is about where you want to glue the foam. So measure about 4.5 inches up, and then measure and go about 4.5 inches up. And it is going to kind of look like it's a little bit maybe smushed or kind of running front to back, but as this opens and closes on their head, it's what seemed to fit the best. Otherwise, what happens is if you go all the way, if you go too far down, of course, that's not gonna sit on top of their head. It's going to not fit anyways. It's not gonna fit. So try and go about 4 to 4.5 inches from the bottom to the top, and mark and glue to the side of the headband on both sides. And that is a perfect Princess Peach crown. So just glue your jewels on, glue your foam to your headband, and when you are done, you will have a Princess Peach crown, perfect for your Mario loving party guests. So like I said, super easy, doesn't really require a video, but hopefully that helps. You also, if you take this and only do the width of the template that I have here, that might also help from keeping it going so far below the headbands. But you know, little kids, little heads, it should be fine. We liked the little bit more substantial crown look. So modify as you like. No one crown has to be just like the other. I will put a link to this template on my blog post, as well as the Mario hat template that I used. And with each of these, I've made modifications to all of them. So we kind of trimmed off the tops and bottoms of the Mario and Luigi hats to be the shape that we liked. And we've kind of just modified them as we've gone to fit the look that we needed. So they don't have to be exactly as a template you find. Make sure that you customize things to make them just how you want, specific for your party. So happy party planning.